next concept we get into is called the focus. So we have been talking on focusing, and there are several methods or several focusing techniques, autofocusing techniques that is available on your camera. When you see a camera by itself is an excellent focus puller, and it gets on point. Like when you set your camera on autofocus, it gets you on 9 out of 10 situations, it gets you on perfect focus. At certain situations, when there is very bad light, you'll and there are a lot of disturbance in front of your subject, the camera fails to focus. At that particular point, you will have to choose the perfect focusing methods. So there are several autofocusing selection points. uh, this this may not be there in all the camera, but it is, yeah, it may be in different names in different camera. Okay, so I show it with just my camera over here. So in my camera, I have created the slides based on my camera only. Okay, so you have something, you have these three buttons. So you have this button on this corner of your frame. So that is star. You have a star button on the right end of your camera, star asterisk, and you have a focusing button. And you click on that focusing button, you see several focusing points. No, on the right, top right, on the top right, you have two buttons.
I have
The
the asterisk button, but then I don't get any focusing point.
No, the button next to the asterisk button, and then the focusing points button. Yeah, you get the focusing points. Yeah, you have 9 focusing points on your camera. So for this particular camera that you have the option of changing the focusing points and focusing on different points of your camera. But when you go on on a higher level, you have several focusing options that they give you. Like I can show you on this. So if you see, there are several focusing options that they have given me. uh, I'll be able to change from one focusing methods to other. So these are the several focusing methods that is present in my camera. So I'll be explaining these things here right now. So let's go ahead and I'll explain you. So there is something called a spot focus. So this is like focusing on one particular point. Okay, so when do you use spot focus? This helps to focus on particular eye of the subject. So it is not just going ahead with doing with bird photography, but also human photography. Even when you shoot for humans, you will have to make sure the focus is on the eye, so that it attracts the particular frame. So the second kind of focusing is one point focus. So you focus one particular point, and this helps in creating a particular when this you use a one point focus. So you expect this particular subject to sit at this particular point, and you set this focus on this particular point, and when the bird comes at that particular point, and it automatically gets on focus, and you are able to make that particular frame. So this is called as the one point focus. So this helps in this particular and comes only at one particular point. So when you click on that focusing button and you look into the viewfinder, you will be able to see all the 9 points, and based on the up arrow, down arrow, left and right, you will be able to move the focusing points left and right, and then you can focus the subject and you can compose it accordingly. And the next one would be expand AF. So in this situation, I have used expand AF as the subject keeps on moving from up of the tree to the down of the tree. So there is not a specific point that it stops for even a second. It keeps on moving from up to down. So it will be used for tracking this particular subject. So for expand AF, it comes for 5 points, the center point, and up, down, left and right. It focuses in such a way. So you use this particular thing. When you have a subject that is moving in a fast pattern, you use that one. And you have the zone autofocus. It focuses this complete zone. Anything that comes on this particular complete zone, it focuses. So that is called a zone autofocus. When you have subject that you do not know, like where it comes, when it goes, how it behaves, you use zone AF. And when a subject comes right in that particular place, you get it on focus. So that is how you use zone AF. And large AF is you using a large point, and then you wait for this particular subject. Like I waited for this tiger for it to look up and look right into my camera. So when it did, the camera automatically focuses the face of the tiger, the eye of the tiger, and I was able to capture it very easily. So this is how you do a large AF. And you have something called as the 65 point AF. So 60, there are totally 65 points on the camera. So we do not judge this particular moment when these two birds were fighting. So we do not know which direction or where it goes. So they randomly go based on however they want to attack. So we judging them will become a tough task. So at this particular point, we use 65 point autofocus, and then wherever the subject goes in this particular frame, they'll be able to, the camera will be able to focus them, and then the image will be captured.